There's no comfort in growth. But first, what's up, beautiful people? It's your favorite cousin, back again, Rich. I hope y'all having a marvelous and prosperous day, as I am myself. So let's get to it. The topic of discussion. There's no growth in comfort. Now this can go so many ways. The first way is when you're actually growing. You know, think about when you're a baby, when you're an infant, when you're a toddler, and you're growing. You know, those growing pains, literally those growing pains, the pains that you get from your bones stretching, your joints getting bigger, finally filling out. It's pain that comes with that. Or you in the gym and you start lifting weights and your muscles are getting stronger, your muscles are getting bigger. It's a pain that's associated with it. It's a discomfort that's associated with it. And it's so funny because it's pain is equated to progress, A lot of times we classify pain as, something bad. But when we think about progress, discomfort, pain, is something good. There's no, if you're in the stage of your life where you want progress, if you're in the stage of your life where you want change, if you're in the stage of your life if you want something different, something more, something better, what comes with that is discomfort. There's going to be discomfort. The thing about it is you have to find comfort in that discomfort. You might be in a stage in your life where you're uncomfortable, or you may want to enter a stage in your life where you want to grow, but you're scared of that growth because it's going to be uncomfortable. Say, for instance, you want to be your own boss, or you want to be a business owner or something, but first you got to quit your job, or you want to start a side hustle, or you want to start something new, a new endeavor in your life, but you got to quit your job. That can be uncomfortable, but you have to find comfort in that. You have to find comfort when you're uncomfortable. That's the only way it's going to work. You can't have your cake and eat it too, meaning you comfortable while you're trying to grow. You got to prioritize one. Either you got to prioritize being comfortable or you got to prioritize growth. But this is why I say you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, meaning when you put yourself in an uncomfortable position, you have to find a way to be comfortable in it. That is the only way you can have your cake and eat it too. And that's not going to be your desired state of comfort, but it'll put you in a state where it makes it easy, or it makes reaching your goals more attainable, pleasantly. People think that you have to be this radical or sacrifice everything and, live this wild, super hustle 25/8 lifestyle, being uncomfortable. And that's not true. You can find ways to make things work for you. And that's just the whole premise about making comfort out of uncomfortable situations. And the second thing is when the universe, God, however you want to flip it, spin it. I'm not up for that conversation right now. But when there's a force, a push, and that force and push is making you uncomfortable. This force or push is making you uncomfortable because it wants you to reach for more. It's just like, eagles and certain birds. When their chicks are in the nest and it feels like it's ready for them to fly, the bird just don't jump out there by itself. It'll stay in that nest as long as it can because it's comfortable. But what'll happen is the mother bird will push the baby out of the nest. And now that baby has two options. Is he gonna fly or is gonna, But the thing about it is the mother is always paying attention to it. So the mother is like the eagle. I'm sorry, the mother is like the universe. It's like God. Meaning it sees, it's paying attention to see if you are ready to take flight or if you still need time and that support, you know. So the mother eagle is paying attention to see when she pushes the baby off of the nest, out of the nest, she's going to see if that baby is going to fly or if that baby is just going to tank. She's going to go down. And if that baby just goes down, she's going to save the baby, you know. And if the baby flies, congratulations. So it's the same thing with us. The universe is going to put you in an uncomfortable position. It's going to start making you uncomfortable. And that's essentially it pushing you out of the nest. And if you fly, the universe will give you more tools to start thriving. And if you can't fly, you know, the universe will be there to catch you. It'll be there to catch you. And, you know, it'll work with you. It may start throwing smaller obstacles in your way to get you stronger for when it gets ready to push you out of that nest again. But, like I said, the reason why the universe is making you uncomfortable is because it has a divine mission for you. You've already answered a call before you even came here. A lot of times before you even came here, you already answered a call. But a lot of times people shy away from a call again when they get here. See what I'm saying? See, if you're a chosen individual, you were chosen to be here to help the population, to help the people. That's fact, right? But sometimes when people get here, they don't answer that call again. They get caught up in the life, they get caught up in the world. They just get caught up, period. So they deny their mission. So like I said, what'll happen is the universe will start making them uncomfortable. A lot of people turn their eye to it because they're always seeking comfort. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being comfortable when the time is appropriate. You know, we should all work hard to have some sort of stability and some sort of comfort to be able to enjoy life. But we shouldn't always rest in that. We should always pay attention when the universe wants us to level up more. You know, sometimes the universe is trying to make you comfortable or get uncomfortable from driving that Honda to get you comfortable driving that Benz. But what happens is you got to be uncomfortable in that little period. You know, sometimes the universe is trying to get you to get uncomfortable by giving something up in order to give you more. You know, sometimes you might be in a relationship that you know is not beneficial for you, and the universe sees it and pays attention to it. So what's going to happen is there's going to start being obstacles and roadblocks and things of that sort that's going to make you uncomfortable in this relationship. And then what happens? You either choose to stay there or you choose to better yourself, you choose better, meaning you choose to leave this relationship and find something that suits you. Either another relationship that suits you or, you know, just loving yourself, whatever the case may be. Not here for the specifics of that. But that is what will happen. The universe is always paying attention. And it's ready to see if you're willing to level up on your own or if it has to force you to level up. Like I said, sometimes we just stay in our comfortable position too much, or we stay in there too long because of other things that we battled against. And it's like, I'm finally able to rest. But sometimes your mission, your journey is not done yet for you to rest. Sometimes we prematurely rest. You know, it's not time for us to rest. So you just got to pay attention to the signs, got to pay attention to the universe when it's guiding you, and don't go against the current. You see, going against the current means when it's trying to push you to do more, be more, when it's trying to push you, but you're going against it, that's when the uncomfortability gets real uncomfortable. That's when you start losing things, losing people. That's when the fun that you used to have isn't fun anymore. That's when the people you used to kick it with is not fun anymore. That's when the things you used to eat is not tasting good anymore. You know, that's when real obstacles start really affecting you. Is when you're going against the current, when you're going against the change that the universe is trying to influence you to have. But if you pay attention to it, when the universe is trying to guide you, make you uncomfortable, if you go with it, what'll happen is that transition period where you're uncomfortable will be so much easier. Why? You're giving to it. You're not going against it. There's no way possible that you can win against the universe. How? How are you going to go against God? How are you going to win against God? It's impossible. So you being in that stuck position, what's going to happen is you're going to keep continuously getting more uncomfortable until life is unbearable. And what happens is a lot of people don't show how unbearable their life is. They just put up a mask, a facade, like everything's all peachy and everything's all rosy. But I promise you this, if you have a divine mission in life, if God has selected you in life, and you haven't answered that call, and you deny that call, and you stay in your comfortability, what happens is, I promise you, that mask that people pull up is a facade. deep down inside they're really uncomfortable because God is throwing things in their way to get them uncomfortable, and God is showing them things that they can achieve. And that's the downside. That's what really hurts, is because now you're seeing what you could have, what you could be, and it hurts because you don't take action on it. And then also God is making you uncomfortable where you already are, you know? So imagine God is showing you a life that you could have while you're being stuck in this comfortable position because you don't want to change. So God is showing you a life that you could have, but you stay stuck. So imagine that hurts, where you could have this dream life, but you don't reach out for it. That's one, you know? And then also on the flip side, the other stage of uncomfortability that happens is, the other stage of uncomfortability, what happens is that he will start really forcing uncomfortable positions, you know? Like I said, things that used to make you comfortable, no longer, you know? To where life will just be unbearable. And like I said, what happens is a lot of times people get so comfortable, instead of making the actions and the changes that they need to make in order to get back into a better position, because remember, it's only temporary. But in order to get back into a better position, because that's what he's trying to do, is put you in a better position. Instead of getting back into that position, people hold on to that comfortability. And when you hold on to that comfortability, you do anything you can. And that's where that mask, that facade comes up. Of everything's peachy, everything's good, but deep down, a lot of these people are miserable. And not miserable in the sense of how we see misery a lot of times. No, it's just miserable because the uncomfortability is unbearable when you're used to certain comforts of life, you know? So that's really it. The universe will force uncomfortable positions, or the universe will force uncomfortability when it's ready for you to change, or when you've been asking for a certain change, it's ready to give it to you. Anyway, just a little walk and talk, whatever the case may be. It's your favorite cousin. Hope everybody have a blessed day. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.